Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new AWS light machine gun for the support class in Battlefield 4. Now to unlock this weapon currently, you're going to need Battlefield Premium, and then you have to get 3 light machine gun ribbons, pretty easy to do, and then you have to destroy 3 vehicles with the support class. And unlike previous assignments, these goals can be achieved in different games. You don't have to do it all in one round. So that's nice. In fact, you can probably just unlock this gun naturally just by playing the support class. Eventually, you'll get 3 vehicle kills. Now, when I first unlocked the AWS, I was blown away by just how accurate this weapon was. Even stock using the iron sights, I was able to take people down from really far away. The recoil is almost non-existent. You would be really surprised at just how easy it is to control this recoil. If you're used to any sort of high kick guns, you're going to have no problem keeping this thing perfectly on target while firing full auto. Now the stats for this weapon, along with the other Naval Strike weapons, have been listed in the forums on simthic.com, and I gotta say they are very impressive. The recoil has a 0.3 vertical pull with a 0.25 pull left and a 0.3 pull right. What this means is that the AWS has lower recoil than both the MG4 and the M249. Now why am I mentioning those light machine guns? Because those 2 light machine guns have the closest rate of fire to this weapon. They have approximately the same damage model. There is a slight error in the damage model with this one, shooting assault rifle drop-off damage instead of machine gun drop-off damage. I believe that will be fixed in an upcoming patch. But basically what I'm getting at here is this gun shoots on the same level as the MG4 and the M249, but it's more accurate. It does have a slower magazine capacity of 100 rounds instead of the 200 rounds that come with the M249 or the MG4. However, the reload speed, especially the short reload speed at 3.5 seconds, is almost half the reload time on the MG4 or M249. So if you're okay with having a 100 round magazine that can reload in 3.5 seconds, then I think you're going to be a-okay with this weapon. Now currently this gun has the exact same rate of fire as the ACE-23. In fact, the recoil is somewhat similar. It's not identical, but you could make a comparison that if you're in close quarters or something, this gun does play out a lot like an ACE-23 with 100 rounds in a magazine. Now longer ranges, it's not quite as accurate, and you're going to have some benefits with an ACE-23, but again, this gun, just because of the magazine size, is going to allow you to take on opponent after opponent after opponent. It's got pretty darn good hip fire as well. I also really like the look of it. The double drum magazine reminds me of the G36 in Battlefield 3. The overall body of the weapon actually looks really similar to an M4, and the stock of the gun reflects a Magpul stock, a very lightweight stock. So this is certainly a lightweight machine gun in real life. It's definitely not a big honking thing that you're going to have to lumber around with you. And it plays out a lot like an assault rifle would in Battlefield 4. So it's just a really great machine gun for somebody who wants to be accurate, have great range, and good damage in close quarters. There aren't any downsides to this gun that I can find. However, being nitpicky, I will mention that its bullet velocity is 580 meters per second. Not the fastest bullet velocity out there. It's certainly not slow, but compared to, say, the M249 or the MG4, it is a little bit slower, so hitting moving targets at range could be slightly more difficult, but overall the bullet velocity I don't think is really going to be a detrimental factor to this weapon. Now what's really cool is when you're unlocking this gun, you get the stubby grip right away. This is one of my preferred attachments for this weapon. Since the recoil is so low, you don't really have to stick too much stuff on this gun to try and mitigate the recoil. In fact, by the end of the game, I was running with a stubby grip and heavy barrel to get as much accuracy at range as I could possibly get. Now, you might not want to run a heavy barrel if your recoil control isn't that good, but stubby grip is pretty much a must in my book. As for optics, you'll see I'm running the hollow sight on here. It's a fairly standard sight that you unlock early. I don't think you can actually unlock the battle packs for this weapon yet because the guns don't show up in battle log, and the battle packs essentially don't show up when I try to unlock them. So you're pretty much stuck with the US red dot sight and then the US hollow sight. And I assume once battle log updates to reflect these weapons, then we can unlock our battle packs and you can get stuff like the Cobra sight. I wouldn't recommend going anything beyond a 1-time sight, although the recoil is very low with this weapon. Putting a 3-time sight or a 4-time sight on here can work, but you're not gonna really get much of a benefit. I tried it out for a few rounds and basically got great visuals on my targets and watched the bullets just spray all around them. So the accuracy is great, but not good enough to warrant a high times magnification sight. I recommend running the 2x magnifier as an attachment if you don't want to run with something like a laser sight. Now, as I move from game to game playing with this AWS, and I apologize that the sound is out on some of these clips, that is due to the team deathmatch sound bug that is back in the game, but the AWS really to me felt like an assault rifle. I mean, it didn't quite have the accuracy of an assault rifle, but just the handling of it, I was being aggressive. I was getting up in people's faces. I was able to take people out from medium and longer ranges when I really focused, and it's just a very, very versatile weapon, something that the support class does have a few of, but not quite to this level. So this is really taking the support class up a level, and I think that we're going to see a lot of people running with the AWS once they just figure out the power behind it. It's not something that's going to take you a long time to learn the recoil or get the attachments to make the gun good. It's good from the start. Even when I was using iron sights, as I mentioned before, this gun was just tearing people up, and once you start getting the stubby grip and your preferred red dot sight on here, this thing is just going to sing. It's going to be your favorite support weapon. If it's not, you know, maybe it's because you prefer something like one of the heavier machine guns or something that's a great bipod machine gun. But if you are an aggressive support player, then without question, this is going to be one of the best guns in the game for you. So move over M249, move over MG4. I still love those guns. They're still incredibly effective, and I suppose if you are playing on something that was so crazy infantry intensive like Operation Locker 64 players or Operation Metro 64 players, and you really did need 200 rounds in a box mag, then sure, go with those guns. In this current state, and I really do think that this is essentially a bugged ammo setup right now because it's using assault rifle bullets, it doesn't have the suppression effects that other machine guns have. Again, I think this is going to get changed and patched very quickly as soon as DICE figures out that they accidentally gave this assault rifle ammo instead of machine gun ammo. Then again, maybe that is one of the balancing factors in this gun, is that it performs much more like an assault rifle than a machine gun, and they're trying to balance it out by not letting it suppress people quite as effectively and do a little bit less damage at range. The damage drop off basically just comes up by a few meters on assault rifles versus machine guns. So if you haven't already unlocked the AWS, go give it a try. Sometimes you can combine some of your assignments together, like if you are playing on Paracel Storm and you manage to C4 some boats, then you're working towards getting your PDW and the AWS at the same time. It's a good strategy if you do want to unlock all the guns and you don't want to spend forever doing it. So in conclusion, is this the best support gun in the game? In my opinion, yes. I'm not trying to be sensational. I just really think the combination of accuracy, rate of fire, magazine size, and the reload speed really make this one of the most versatile and effective weapons in the game. Go unlock it, give it a try, tell me I'm wrong or tell me I'm right. Make sure you stick around for tomorrow's video as we are getting into the other Naval Strike weapons like the AR-160. As always guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.